Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo and I am here for Baki 2018 episode 14. I didn't realize this, but Baki is 26 episodes, so I feel like we just finished the first core last episode with the introduction of Olivaaaaa and all that stuff. Sort of a weird way to end a core, I think. But I don't know if there was a break in between them or if it was released Netflix style all at once. So maybe it's just all one thing and I'm overthinking it. I don't know. Pato. Baki. 2018, episode 14. Last time, yeah, the big thing was the reveal of Olivaaaaa, and we went on sort of a side mission with him, where he hunted down a bad boy who was doing bad stuff, and took a bunch of shotgun shells and just did not care. And totally destroyed the guy. So that was pretty cool. Olivaaaaa is kind of terrifying in a very cool, badass sort of way. I like him as a character. And his voice is so good. So good. Yeah, I remember I couldn't actually find his voice actor. Right? That was the thing. Yeah, he's just not listed. The voice actor is Ochu Otsuka. Okay. This is actually him. People. And he is listed. And he's not listed as Baki. Okay. But that's him, at least according to the wiki. And he's a bunch of cool people. Jiraiya. Whole bunch of stuff. Whole lot of stuff. Sato from Ajin. Okay. Alright, anyway, that's totally an aside. We don't need to know that. He's cool and he's got a really good voice and he made it all gravelly and smokery and just right on. Great for Olivaaaaa. Anyway, let's get into episode 14. As with everything else, this will be timer-based. On YouTube, there will be a beep beep timer. It'll go boop 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 beep, and on the beep and the green light, that's the same frame that the video starts playing on my PC in VLC. I am using the Comics HQ version from Nya. Check out my video on how to torrent anime if you don't know how to torrent anime. Or you could be watching along on, say, Netflix, because it's there. So Flatnix works too. Wherever you've got it, if you're playing along with the video, then you want to push the button on the beep, not the boop. Beep in the green light. Beep beep timer goes here. Ba-boom. No OP. It is the start of a second core. Got sort of like a techno vibe. Holy shit, it's got an initial D vibe to it. This is Eurobeat. And we got a CG Baki. Much better than the previous CG Baki. But this is straight Eurobeat. I love Eurobeat. Great choice of lighting. It really hides the detail of the model. Looks great. This is like Screamo Beat. I didn't know I needed this genre until right now. It's almost a dance. Sweet. Oh. Yeah, and all of the bullet holes in him are just gone. Are we gonna get just more Olivaaaaa stuff? I love it. Steak. Little tiny glass of wine. This jazzy track is nice. Oh, he just keeps eating. Lots of food, huh? Wow. That's a lot. A lot. Demon. That was a lot of books. The man is man of culture. Solo Dayo. Almost completely healed, huh? Well, because it gets you what you want, right? Oh. Oh, okay. I guess that works. Those are some big ass plane seats. Alright, so Olivaaaaa arrives. Oh! Bye-bye! Huh? Huh? That was on a highway, wasn't it? He's very gone. Okay. See ya. What's the point of stripping her? Who's oh, is this Doyle running this? I bet it is. Honey. Is it wait, what? Not Doyle. Holy shit, that was quite a mislead. Okay, I was just misled. Do we get a speech from Yujiro? Sikorsky, I think you underestimate his son. You can give me what I want. Huh. Huh? Why? You scared, boy? What are you afraid of? Oh, you are attacking. Okay. That doesn't seem like a good move. Olivaaaaa? Hey. Hey, buddy. They're friends? What? They're like old buddies. Whoo! That was close, Sikorsky. You almost just ate it. Good luck, buddy. Oh, hello. Baki here. Here to interrupt. The rage. Let the rage come, Baki. Oh! Oh! See ya, nerd. Yeah, Sikorsky, you goofed. Of killing a man, right? You might... Baki? Baki? Maybe don't fuck with Olivaaaaa. Maybe don't fuck with Olivaaaaa. Did you just grab him with it? Okay, no, okay. I thought he, like, grabbed him with his chin or something. Hello. How? Please actually explain this. No. Please explain this. We saw him falling through space. There wasn't anything to catch on to. Please give me an explanation. Okay. He's in open space falling away from the building. And he's just reaching out for a wall that he's moving away from. No. What? Like, I don't doubt his hand strength or anything like that. It's just that he was flying away from the building and you can't remedy that. Okay. Hand wave. Right. That still doesn't explain how he stopped his fall because he was moving away from the building in open air. Just doesn't make sense. Oh. That was a weird noise. Oh! Baki knuckle cracking, or neck cracking. He's all geared up. Why? Boy! This is good. They're using the CG in small flashes, which is good. Bleeding out? Nope. Oh. Wow, he was bleeding from his... Oh, jeez. Alright, Baki, double tap. Finish the job. Double tap. Double tap. That's a little scary. Why? Oh. You what, boy? Yeah, should have double tapped. Wait, did he just kick Olivaaaaa? Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, but he's Biscuit Olivaaaaa. Was using his knuckle mode? Yeah. Huh, okay. That's a lot of power. That's a lot of damage. Darn, I'm gonna miss the old ED. What is this? What does this represent? Okay. So chains and prisons. Oh, okay. All right. So cool fighting and stuff. There's one thing that I have a problem with, and that's the physics of Sikorsky surviving his fall from the building. And before we get into this, like, look, when I talk about stuff like this, it's nitpicking and it doesn't affect the show really at all. It's just like something that I have to say because it will drive me insane otherwise. So I drew a little dude, okay? So Sikorsky is this little stick figure right here, okay? So he gets kicked out of the building, and the line there is the path that he would fall on, right? That's the path that he would take. What can I do here? Here, I can move myself over here, and then put this up here like that, and then fuck. Okay, so that's the path that he would fall down, right? He would fall like this, but he gets to here. How? How? That's my issue. That's my problem here. How does he get from falling with momentum outward away from the building to on the building? Like, I will hand wave his ability to, like, grab onto the wall. Fine. How does he get to the wall? He was multiple feet. He was like a meter at least away from the window because he got kicked out with force. How did he get from there back to the same plane? Like, if we had had him do like a skydiving pose and get closer to it, then I would hand wave that too. But we didn't. He just reaches out and grabs the wall, but the wall's out of his reach. Like, clearly, very clearly out of his reach. Where's the perspective shot? Okay, here we go. There. See, he's falling, he's still moving away from the camera. If we assume that the camera, okay, it doesn't even matter. Look at him. He's a full body length. He's a full body length outside of the window. And falling backward and falling away from the window. Multiple body lengths at the end of that frame. 2 body lengths. He's what, 6 feet tall? So he's 12 feet away from the window. How does he get 12 feet back toward the window while falling through empty air? Whee! Physics! It just doesn't make any sense. Now that said, this whole thing was cool. Shooing in the moral dilemma of can you accept the reality that you've blah 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 blah. I don't know. I feel about that about the way that Baki does, which is, huh? Reality, huh? So what? Exactly. Like, there's no setup for it, so it would be stupid as fuck if we actually had any kind of like philosophical dilemma there. That would just be dumb. Fights Biscuit. Does nothing. This guy's back. And then he, like... So he's falling away from the building. We see it again, so that we're really clear that it doesn't make any sense. He's just falling through air. He's still 6 to 12 feet away from the side of the building. He reaches out and just moves closer to it. What? How? 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 It doesn't make any sense. How did you do this, Sikorsky? Did you take a skydiving pose and, like, drift through the air? Because we didn't see it. Like, him being able to climb a sheer wall and... Fine, good, perfect, great. He's got amazing grip strength. How does he get to the wall? If he's in the middle of this missile silo falling straight down, could he get over to the wall and grab onto it? No, because it's just air. Ah! That's so dumb. Some of the fights were quite cool. As you said, somebody told me that this was the last time that CG will be used. I think this was the best time that CG has been used, personally. Because we've got this sort of low light environment in here, and that helps a bit. And then the other thing is that we're using the CG in these quick flashes and then in sort of almost still frames. But they're in quick flashes and they don't feel that jarring to me. Maybe I'm just getting used to it, but they just don't feel that jarring. Part of it's the direction. Part of it's that Baki's model is probably the best of the group. And part of it is that Sikorsky has a bucket on his head for most of his CG portions. Like, this looks pretty janky, but if we could see Sikorsky's face and compare it to Sikorsky's face, it would probably look a lot worse. But I thought the CG in that whole scene was fairly well executed. It's fine. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna wrap this up. Physics, how does it work? Anyway, I've been Teeaboo, this has been Baki, episode 14. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. I really enjoyed this episode, this was fun. We got a new OP, new OD, new ED. The OP is Screamo Eurobeat, and I did not know that that was a thing, and I did not know that I wanted it until I heard it. If you're familiar at all with the Initial D soundtrack, then you know what I'm talking about. This OP sounds like it could come right off an Initial D soundtrack. Minus the auto-tune. Yeah? Yeah. And then it's got that Screamo in it. That's pretty good. The ED, I don't quite like as much. We've had two really simplistic EDs in terms of animation. The first one was just Baki running. That's like all that it was, but that was fine. At least it sort of made sense. This one was mostly just like... this is rude, but it's mostly like a stop motion graphic of this like ripple effect, which I don't like. I think it's really cheap. There's the one scene in the middle where we get what feels almost like part of a JoJo's OP, like with the chains, and there's actual style and substance to this. Like the chains make sense for the prisoners. The chain link fences also make sense for prisoners. There are these shattered glass stuff with sort of what look like skyscraper windows. That makes sense. That's good. These to me look like either cables or like train stop things. I think they're meant to be cables though, like steel cable. And then we get this just like, it's got a prism blur applied to it, which is the multiple colors layered, and it's just shaking. And I think this is pretty dumb as well. This is really dumb. It's just splotches with the same blur effect and shaky cam effect applied. And then we go back to the ripples. This is really cheap. like super cheap. And then this part has a little bit of style to it, but again, it's just a transition to a multicolored version of the same rippley scene. So this ED feels really cheap to me in terms of animation. I suppose to an extent the OP is too, but just rendering all of this and this high frame rate, it feels really good. This whole scene with him almost dancing via doing katas and doing training and moving solo in sort of an empty CG space with a bunch of particle effects going by, and pretty cool, really high contrast light on Baki. I think it looks really good. The way it's lit in particular really helps mask any flaws with his CG model or any jankiness with it. And just the frame rate on it is super high, and the speed of motion is so high that it looks really quite good for being a CG model doing all of these things. And it's clearly extraordinarily well rigged because it's got a whole lot of range of motion. And every part is articulated. It's quite good. But more technically impressive, I would say, than visually impressive. Do you know what I mean? Like, because I respect the work that went into it, I'm like, yeah, that's pretty cool. But I feel like if I was just watching it without thinking about those things, I would be like, that looks like a CG model in an empty space doing punchy stuff. Still pretty cool. And I think the direction on this whole thing is pretty cool as well. The way that we focus on different body parts to accentuate different movements. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool OP. Okay. As I said, I'm going to wrap it up. I've been Teeaboo. This has been Baki 14. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Peace.